Okay, so let's move to the CV3D piece. CV3D, the next release of CV3D, the code name is Stowe. I think it's a mountain up in Mount Vernon, and oops, move here. And well, we are going to talk about things that are coming on the next release. So none of those features are guaranteed to be on the product. And we may make changes, as Sasha also mentioned. So this is the AutoCAD technology cycle, and what's happening over the last few versions of AutoCAD, which is the foundation for CV3D. We have the same DWG format for 18, 19, 20, 21, and the next release. There is also the binary compatibility, 24.1, and Visual Studio should be 2019 with the toolset 16.7 or later. So that's what should be on the next release. Also, the support cycle for ADN, the versions and complete breakdown of all the libraries, all the versions that you may use. You can see here that the .NET framework is 4.8, which is the same from the last version. So I think it's the same for the Revit 2. And toolset 16.7. So this is essentially the same information, but just more organized here. So you can confirm that your application will keep working with 4.8. And what you have to do to complete a migration. If you have register keys, you have to upgrade to 24.1. No change on the DWG format, and only 64 bits. And yeah, I think that's the summary of it. So what else? So for .NET applications, we're still using the .NET 4.8. No code migration is required, and remember to always test your application and make sure it's working with the newest APIs, newest framework. If you have an application, the program files is a trusted folder, and program data and app data are not trusted. You have to sign in your application to keep it working, and there is more information on the ADN extranet. But essentially, you have to sign your DLL. You can digitally sign using the sign tool available with the AutoCAD installation. This is located on the folder, the Microsoft SDK toolkit. You can also use the AC sign for Lisp code that's available with the AutoCAD installation folder, but that's only for Lisp. And you can digitally sign files as well with the tools, as I mentioned, but that also works for other digitally signed vendors like VeriSign, DigiSign, etc. And just focusing on the CV3D piece, we're still finishing what will be released with the next release. What are the shipping features? And but to summarize, what's changing or is being enhanced on CV3D is the pressure pipe usability. That's more on the UI side. There is a new feature for connected alignments, and that's the image you see on the top right. When you have two alignments crossing and you have one that is like an intersection, so you can connect them and make sure that they are working together. There is a lot of improvements on the quantity takeoff and the ArcGIS connector. Some upgrades on the connector, upgrading to the newest version of those connectors. We're also upgrading the Dynamo and improving the BIM 360 connections for CV3D. All the other enhancements on the product and the API are essentially bug fixes. We are taking this version to fix everything that was reported, or most of the things that are reported. And yeah, I think that's a quick summary. And with that, let me see if you have any questions. All of the recordings will be available at the ADN extranet website. And if you have any questions, you can open at the, oops. you can use the chat window, the Q&A panel for questions. I think there is still a few questions for Revit that's actually still working on it.
Yeah, I can probably take this one. So the question is, are the Forge type IDs going to be stable between versions for serialization? Is the version part preferred or not in this case? I'm not quite sure I know what the second part of this question refers to, but overall, I would expect that, yes, this is going to be more stable than these things have historically been because they are version agnostic, which I think, or at least Revit version agnostic. I think how we deal with versioning of the schemas themselves will depend on the functionality, but it is certainly something that we're thinking about, and how if schemas change, for example, how do we make sure that we notify users or let them know about updates so that they can either actively update those schemas or decide not to do so. Any other questions?
Yes.
Is there any excitement about some of the Revit API enhancements? Because I'm personally excited, so I don't know.
I am, Sasha. A lot of things we heard from customers, some of the item like for more than a decade.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I'm really thrilled that we're finally able. I think this is probably the best Revit API release that we've had in a while.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Very good. Thank you so much. Augusto, maybe this is you about the C3D new page.
Civil 3D new purge. Don't know what you mean there. Ishar, can you elaborate a bit? Maybe, yeah, delete objects of civil. So there are a few changes. There is I believe there is some changes on the purge for hidden alignments, but that's for alignments only. Is this something that you work on during the beta? Because most of the enhancements are coming around alignments, and there is a new purge feature there. That's what I know.
It's automatically patched, then it should be the same API, right?
No, yeah, there is a command to do it. I believe it's purge hidden alignments or something, and that's what's been worked with.
So maybe he's asking the API, like a .NET API, could be.
Yeah, so that's not exposed directly on the API because that's a command. The purge command from AutoCAD, that's how it runs, but that's from AutoCAD. That the AutoCAD will ask the civil entities if it can be purged or not. But I hope I answered that. If not, you can always use the ADN extranet support to ask more questions.
Okay, I put it at the answer live. Okay.
Thank you, Mikako.
Okay, Sasha, may I ask one question, if you don't mind? This native PDF support, does it work for design automation?
That's a good question. So I believe, yes, the expectation is it will. I asked the question to the team a while ago. I don't remember what the answer was, but yeah. Fundamentally, there's no reason that it wouldn't. We just need to make sure it was. I think it was a matter of validation that it did.
Okay.
Yes, it's part of the Revit API. It's part of Revit. So yes.
Okay. So we just need to test it double, triple times. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah. This is very popular thing. So, okay, great. Thank you. So if there is any other questions, then thank you very much. Thank you for the presenters and thank you for the attendees. Looking forward to see the real one coming very soon. I mean, released very soon. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.